And then laying down with your feet hip width and parallel and the legs parallel. Hands on your belly. And finding the flow of breath. Feeling the weight of your body in contact with the floor, supported by the floor. And feeling the flow of the breath. Part of the great breath. Every living being on the planet breathing. Feel the rhythm of your individual part of that breath. The flow in and the flow out. On the next flow in, take your arms overhead and lift your hips a little from the floor. And on your next flow out, lower the spine to the floor and lower your arms. Flowing in the breath, lifting the hips and taking the arms overhead and flowing out. Good, and we're going to keep going. You don't have to lift really high. Just tuning into the movement. Let your movement follow your breathing. Next time you lift up, try and lift your left foot a little way off the floor. And then place it back down. Even if you just take the weight out of that foot a little. Now try the right foot. So you're lifting the hips and you try to lift the right foot off the floor. And then lowering back. And then we'll go left foot again. And right foot again. Good. This time we're going to lift the left foot off the floor and lift it up towards the ceiling and place it back down. And then lifting your hips and lift the right foot off the floor, lift the leg right up to the ceiling, place it back down. Left foot again. And right foot, right leg. Good. This time when you lift your left leg up to the ceiling, take another breath and just let it swing a little bit over to the right side. Keep the hips level to the floor. Good, and then placing back down. And then we flow upward again with the hips. Lift the right leg and take a couple of extra breaths. Let that right leg fall over to the left side. Keep the hips level to the floor. Your hips are off the floor. Good, and then come back to center. And we're going to bring the hands back onto the belly. Let the leg, the hips, the back relax. Good. Take your right arm out from your right shoulder and then reach your left arm towards your right hand, or your left hand towards your right hand. Your upper body is turning, but you're supported, your head and your neck. And then let your knees fall back to the left. So we get a nice big twist here. So reaching with the left arm, reaching with the right knee. Good, and then use your core awareness to come back up to center. Take the left arm out from the left shoulder, and the right arm's going to reach out to the left, so the right hand reaching to the left hand. Let the knees fall gently to the right side. Keep trying to reach with your right arm, but we'll keep the head relaxed and the neck relaxed. Good, and then core awareness and come back up to center. Great, we're going to take the feet off the floor, knees above the hips, and the arms straight up from the shoulders. And press your lower back into the floor. Squeeze the belly towards the spine. Lift the pelvic floor into the body cavity, towards the navel, towards the ribs. Good, and then very gently we'll rock the lower legs left, the upper body right, and back to center. We'll go from side to side. Try to keep the hands shoulder width distant and the legs and the feet hip width distant. Keep trying to press your lower back in. Good. And then back to center and hug your knees in. Oh, feel that lovely support. The spine relaxing into its natural shape. When the knees are in, that natural shape is long in the lower back. Feel the breath. Good. And then we're going to come over to the side so you can sit up. And we're going to take a kneeling up position. If for some reason your knees won't allow, you could do this sitting at the front edge of a chair. But otherwise, I'm going to take a thick blanket so I'm comfortable enough on my knees. Good, and we're going to take, I'll look opposite to you, the right leg out, and the heel is in line with the left knee. Good. Try and put your toes down towards the floor. Mine don't reach all the way, but in that direction. Try doing the opposite. Try scooting them back towards you. So down and up, that's dorsiflex and plantar flex. Okay, now we're going to start to slide the body down towards the right leg. And easy to make a rainbow shape here, but let's see if we can keep an even feeling to both sides of the spine. And then take the left arm over here. You'll feel a nice big stretch down the left side of the body. Good, so if you're sitting at the front edge of a chair, you can do this with just the same, the right leg out to the side and reach across. Good, and inhale. Come on, nice work. And we'll swap sides. So you just line up your heel of your straight left leg with your right knee comfortably on your blanket. Good. And then try that movement in your foot, your leg, plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. Good. Point the toes down to the floor. Slide your left arm or left hand across the leg, along the leg, and start to reach your spine. Try to reach your spine, feeling even both sides of your spine. Good, and then we'll take the right arm up by the right ear. Nice big stretch up the right rib, along the right rib. Opening the heart at the feeling. And then inhale. And come back up. And we're going to swap sides. A little bit of a balance challenge, just changing the legs. All right, press the toes down. This time we're going to take the right hand along the leg. Try to even up the length of the waist, to tuck that right hip crease in a little more deeply. We'll take the left arm out from the shoulder and then reach it back. Open your heart towards the ceiling. Good. So opening the front of the chest as well this time. Good. And then coming up and swapping sides. Reaching both sides of the waist as long as you can over the left side. This time take the right arm straight out from the shoulder and reach it back. Feel the upper body really turning so the heart is looking up the ceiling. And coming back up. And just while we're here, put your hands on the floor in front. Bring the knees back to kneeling. Tuck your toes under. And see how you go sitting your hips down onto your heels. You can walk your hands back as you go. And some people are going to be able to put their hands up on their thighs and even sit up above the heels. Otherwise, keep your body weight forward if that's too strong in your feet. And a few deep breaths. Good, and we're going to come up to standing from there. So if you're fine with your toes tucked under, you might be able to just push yourself up. All right. Now, we're going to do some standing postures again, but you can have your seat of your chair if you've been finding that really an effective way of working. You're on the end of your mat. Otherwise, you don't need it. You can always grab one if you're finding your balance a little wobbly. Let's start into Tadasana. And in Tadasana, we're going to just start to lean the torso one side and then the other side. You might be making a little bit of a C shape or a curved shape. Fine, just noticing what might feel good about doing this side to side, what might feel challenging. Moving in that spirit of self-compassion and care. Good, and then back up to center. And we'll take the arms straight out from the shoulders, the side. We're going to turn the torso and try and make it more that you're turning your torso, but not so much your hips and ankles. So see if you can keep the hips facing forward. But take your right arm back. Oh, sorry, you might have gone the other way. Whichever arm is towards the back of the mat, take that back a little bit further. And then reach your other hand back as well. So we keep the chest wide. Just noticing how far you turn. What sort of angle are you to the sides of the mat? But we're trying to keep the hips forward. Good, and then back to center. And try to keep the hips forward and turn your other direction. Take your back hand back a little bit further but the front arm back us further as well. So we open the chest as we turn. Good, and then back to center. Ooh. Back to Tadasana. Mm-hmm. We're going to take the arms up now, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands in front of your heart, press them, and draw the shoulder blades down. We'll step the right foot back, and where you're trying to get to is a big distance, but your back heel is still on the floor. Good, and make sure you've got good grounding here. So feet wide enough from side to side. We're trying to have the feet parallel to each other and the edges of the mat. Lift the hips, the thighs. We're going to take the arms up by the ears. Good, and feel that good grounding in your strong legs. And then keep the hips facing forward and turn your torso again to the right side. Take your arms out by your shoulders and reach them back. Arms back up by the ears. Turn your torso back to the front of the mat. Nice work. Hands in front of your heart. We're going to step forward and balance onto the left foot. See how you go with that movement. And you can have your right tiptoes on the floor, or you can lift your leg higher. It might be a while since you've tried these. Good, and then release that side. Tadasana. Feel aware of the rhythm of your breath. Inhale and arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands together, hands in front of your heart. Left leg back. Find your grounding. We want the back heel down on the floor, but a big enough distance to stretch the legs front to back. Feet are parallel, hip width or wider. Feel the strength in your legs, the lift of the belly, the breastbone, the top of the head. Good, let's take the arms up by the ears. Shoulder blades down, strong straight legs. Turn your torso to the left side. The left leg's back, turning to the left. Good, take the arms out from your shoulders and reach the arms back. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Turn the torso back to the front. Hands to the heart. Step forward and balance on the right foot. You can have left tiptoes on the floor. And lift your leg. If you're feeling a bit wobbly this morning, we haven't done these for a while, you can have the back of the chair facing you and you can hold on to the back of the chair instead. That helps, or have it beside you. And Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Hands in front of the heart. Press them, draw the shoulder blades down. A little bit bigger step back this time. So the back heel won't be quite down on the floor. But we still have to find that grounding. Feet at least hip width. Feet parallel. Bend the front knee. Take the arms up by the ears. Virabhadrasana 1. Draw the shoulder blades down. The front leg is bent here. And the back heel is pressing towards the floor. Try to lengthen that back leg. Lift the pelvic floor. the front abdomen squeezing to the spine, the heart lifting. Take the arms out to the side, straight out from the shoulders, palms forward, and turn your torso to the right side. Far as the torso will go. Back to front, facing front. Bring the hands in front of your heart. We're going to step forward and balance on the left leg. Bring the right foot in front, either on your tiptoes, holding your chair, or you can lift your leg. Good, and then releasing that side. Tadasana. Urdhvasana. Looking beautiful, hands at the heart. Big step back with the left foot, so bigger than your heel will reach the floor, so that you're getting a real stretch in your back leg. Finding hip width distant feet from side to side or wider. Bend your front leg. Press the back heel. Lift the belly. Good. Take the arms up by the ears. Look up. Feel the strong leg. Good. Look forward. Take the arms out from the shoulders, out to the side, palms facing forward. Reach the arms back and turn the torso to the left side. Keep the front leg bent. Turn as far as your hips allow, as your ribs allow. Turn your torso, your arms back to face the front. Good. Hands in front of the heart. Step forward and balance on your right foot. Good. And then release. Getting into our balances. Feet underneath the hip. We're going to do Uttanasana, forward bend. Lift the arms up and look up. Feel how that makes the back bend. Feel the skin on your back. Nice and relaxed. Keep that relaxed feeling for your spine. Sweep the arms out to the side and rest them somewhere on the front of your leg as you hinge forward at the front of the hip. Feeling that relaxed skin over the spine. Not so much over the buttocks or the back of the hips or the back of the leg. The feeling where the skin is tight, where the fascia tissue and the muscle feel tight. Keep allowing the spine to ease forward or down towards the floor, and for the sensation in the legs to be loud. And the rhythm of your breath. Hands are on your legs or feet or floor, wherever they support and make sense to keep your spine at ease. You find the flow of your breath. Good. And then bend your knees and inhale and rolling up and up. And as you exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Uttanasana. Find ease in your spine. Nice big stretch in the back of your leg. Good. Now put your hands somewhere at the front of your legs for support and start to swing your torso a little bit from side to side. So the stretch starts to move around the back of the leg. If your hands are on the floor, you can walk them around. Reach as far as you can with your left rib and your left hand. When you go right, reach as far as you can with your right ribs and your right hand. When you go left, reaching across your body. Good, and back to center. Bend your knees and roll. Nice. Hands in front of your heart. Take a big step back so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. Good. And we're going to try our Trikonasana again. I'll look opposite to you. Left foot out at 90 degrees, right foot in at 30 degrees-ish. All right. And we've got strong, straight legs here. Wiggle your hips around a little bit. Find some subtlety to the movement there. Suppleness. Good. And we'll take the arms out from the shoulders. We're going to come into not a very deep Trikonasana. And the reason is we want to really feel that evenness both sides of the waist, but also really feel the work of the core of the body here so that you feel very supported in your spine. Strong, straight legs, lift your kneecaps. So when you really feel like you've got that support, then see if you can reach a little further into your Trikonasana. Good. We're going to let this top arm, the right arm, reach back so that we're turning the rib cage to look up at the ceiling. Maybe you can reach further. And then inhale, using that core awareness and coming. Nicely done. Swap your feet to the second side. So feeling your legs nice and strong. Just make sure your toes of your left foot turn a little bit towards center. Good. And we don't have to come in too deeply to the Trikonasana, but do find that even feeling both sides of the spine. The core of the body feeling strong. So you feel very supported in this unusual movement for the body. Good. And then you might be able to slide a little deeper, but with that thorough core support. Good. And then we'll let the left arm just fall as though it were falling back, using gravity to open the chest a little more. Maybe you can reach a little. Good. Using the core of the body to lift up. Turning the toes in, we're going to make a forward bend. Keep the hands in front of that hip crease, and we'll just remember to hinge from there. Make a little back bend. So we keep that skin over the spine feeling really easeful as we bend forward. Let the stretch be strong in the legs. So the back of the legs are lengthening. Lift your kneecaps to protect, or you can have your knees a little bit bent if that feels better. Hands on your legs or onto the floor. Lift the pelvic floor. Hollow the belly. Reach the top of the head as far forward or as far down to the floor as feels right for your body. Press into the outside edges of the feet. Lift the inner arches of the feet. Good. Now, my hands are on the floor, so it's easy for me to turn my toes out from here. But if you need to come up to do that, And do that. So we're going to have toes out and we're going to drop the hips down. But as you drop your hips down, of course, lifting the pelvic floor. And then gentle swaying of the hips from side to side. So you'll find one leg starts to straighten. You go in the opposite direction. Feeling that core support. Good. Come back to center, lift the hips so your legs are straight again, turn the toes in again, heels out again, and walk your hands over to the left side. And really reach with the right arm and the right ribs. Good. Come back to center. Walk your hands over to the right side. Really reach with your left arm. Good, and then back to center. And we're going to sit down from here. So I'm going to try and jump my feet together into a little squat to do that. But however it works for you to sit down with wisdom. Simple cross-legged position. Or if that's uncomfortable for your knee, whatever works for you. So you can lift your spine. Simple twist. Paraverta Sukhasana. We're going to turn to the right side. Left hand, right leg. And make that lovely exploration of moving with the breath. Notice that there always feels like there's a little bit more room for movement. Okay, so we've got the left hand on the right knee. The right hand's on the floor behind. We're going to take the hand that's on the floor, the right arm, up by the right ear so that the ribs are long. And lengthen the left rib out and over the left leg. And the right rib. And using the core of your body to lift up. And change the cross of your leg. We're going to turn to the left side. So the right hand on the left knee. And the left hand behind. Lifting the torso. And then using your awareness of your breath to help you move. Help you turn the ribs. Notice that potential. Always a little bit more room to move. Good, and then we'll hold the twist. And we'll lift the right ribs and reach them over the right leg. And take the left arm up by your left ear. I did that in the wrong order. And opening the heart towards the ceiling. And inhale and And then we're going to lay down. Take the arms out from the shoulders. I'm going to bring the inside edges of the feet together. Cross your left thigh over the right. Lift the hips, swing them left, and we'll take the leg down to the right side. Been exploring these sideways movements of the trunk. You can lift your head a little and turn to look over the left arm as well. Place your head back down so we get that nice twisting movement right up to the base of the skull. Let the body relax around this shape. Good. And to unfold and come to center, of course, you're accessing all of your core strength so that there's an ease for the spine to move those weighty legs. Come back to center. And the right thigh goes over the left thigh. Lift the hips and swing them right. And then legs go left. Good. And for the neck, we just lift the head a tiny bit off the floor. You can turn to look over your right shoulder and put your head back down with your neck nice and up. And giving in to the cheek. Lift up. Use your core awareness. Back to center. And hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit from side to side. Good. We'll put the left heel on the right knee for this wonderful movement. Should be getting a little bit easier now. I think we've almost done it every class. The right knee moving towards the right shoulder, the left knee away. You can add in, if you like, straightening the right leg here. You might be able to hold your foot or the back of your leg. Good, and release that side. And right heel, left knee. Start off with straight leg. Bent legs. Bent legs. Good, and you might like to straighten the left leg as well. Nice work, and release. You would like to stay for Shavasana, lay your legs out straight on the mat. Some people I know need to finish their practice, so hug your knees in and rock a little from side to side. When you're ready, rolling over. Coming up to sitting. Namaste. Otherwise, laying your legs out straight. Feeling the weight of your body in contact with the floor, and not all of your body is in contact. Feel the arch of the lower back and the neck. Also notice, is there tension that holds these parts of your back further from the floor than necessary? Feel the lift at the back of the knees and the ankles. The tension holding the legs away from the floor more than necessary. How about the arms? The head? Letting the whole body be thoroughly supported. No more work to do. Other than relax. Find the flow of your breath. Tuned in to your part of the great breath. Notice the sensation of your toes and feet. Your ankles and lower leg. Knees. Wide. Notice the sensation of the pelvis, hips, pelvic floor, abdomen, buttocks, around your sacrum. The sensation of your lower back and your middle back in between your shoulder blades. Your side ribs and your front ribs. Along your collarbones to your shoulders. upper arms and armpits, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm, thumb, fingers, back of your hand, back of your neck, throat, base of your skull, scalp, forehead, around your eyebrows, around your eye, and your nose, and your mouth, your lips and tongue, jaw and ears. Feel the sensation of your whole body. Breathing, relax, breath by breath. Feel again the points of contact that your body makes with the support. Those parts of the body that feel lighter and are in contact with the air. Notice the flow of the air, the breath. Realizing all your potential movement. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, bending your arms and your legs, and roll to your right side. And you can just lay there. No need to rush. When you feel ready, come up and have a seat.
Bring your hands in front of your heart. Feel the length of your spine and the ease of your shoulders, the flow of your breath. Take the feeling of the Namaste.